Alright, what's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be doing like a range test on my scooter, but we will be starting from like 60 to 80% because I have been riding today. But I just want to see how far I can ride just on like 80 to 60% and see how much power we can get out of it when we're at like 0. But with all that being said, let's head out right now because the sun will be setting soon and I don't want to be riding out in the cold and in the dark. Now, everyone in the comment section, say RIP because I snapped off my front fender yesterday trying to bring my scooter inside. Basically, what had happened was I went to go bring my scooter in through my back door, and there was something behind my back door, so I couldn't open it all the way, and then the front fender was being pressed up against the wall, and it eventually just snapped clean off. It was loud, too. But today we are getting stuff to glue it back on. It's like this extremely durable stuff, so we're gonna just hope it works. But let's get moving now, guys, and we are officially on the move. Now, it's been a long time, but since I'm holding my phone, we actually got this bad boy in cruise control mode. So basically, I don't gotta touch the throttle because this thing will be keeping up to speed the entire time, and that's gonna be really nice to have. But I will be stopping like here and there just like take a break because the wind makes my hands cold, but we already know I do that all the time. But as you can tell, it is just so much nicer outside. And if you guys can hear wind inside of my microphone, it's because today it's actually super windy, and I think that's also why it's getting a lot colder really quick. So at the end of this road, I'm actually going to stop and put my hood up because it is very cold. But the cruise control is helping, so. Alright guys, so I knew we started down on like 60% because it just went down to 60. But like I said, I've already done like 2 miles of riding today, so that's why it's already going down. I will say, obviously being on 60%, this scooter is having no issue at all. Alright guys, we're just stopping for a second. My hands are freezing cold, but personally, I think we're going to get like another 10-20 miles out of it, because the range is supposed to be like 25 to 30 miles, but we'll see what happens. Normally what I do is I get gloves on, I put hand warmers in the gloves, but I forgot to do that today. But man, is it getting cold outside. Now, my mom was telling me that there's actually a fox on the loose, and I obviously don't want to get bit by it, so we're gonna keep our eye out for that. And hey, if we see one, we see one. But let's just hope it does not have rabies or anything, because that would be pretty terrible. Alright guys, so we just made it up to a more flat road, so we'll actually be able to record a lot easier. But this place is so nice. But I'm gonna stop talking so you guys can actually enjoy the ride. So I'm just gonna get some nice clips. Alright guys, it is so cold out here, but honestly, I'm liking the ride, and riding is like my favorite thing to do, so I'm just happy that it's not unbelievably cold, because if it obviously was, I would not be doing this right now. But the sad thing is that tomorrow it's gonna be like 25 degrees out, which does suck, but I think I'll be able to still get a video out because all the snow is melting. It's just gonna be cold. And next week it's gonna be warmer, but it's gonna rain, so I'm hoping that all the snow will be gone by then. But I'm so mad that we still have snow here. It's like, it kind of sucks, but oh well, we're gonna just have to deal with it. But like I said, I think in the next week or two, snow will basically all be gone, and it'll be a lot nicer out for riding. Alright guys, we're actually turning around right now because I think there's a couple more roads I haven't went down yet. And I'm trying to get the most amount of range out of this guy, so we're gonna go down as many as possible. Alright, so I'm gonna go back to my house to get some gloves because my hands are, obviously, as you can tell, freezing cold right now. And I keep having to stop to warm them up, so, and then we'll get some more range out of this thing too. So we're gonna head back really quick and get some gloves because it's too cold. Alright guys, we are going pretty slow right now just because I'm going downhill with one hand and I really don't feel like crashing and my hands are extremely cold, but this thing is still at 60. We might have to do a part 2 if this video is going to take this long. But yeah, this thing's holding up really well right now, especially for it being in the really cold weather. Alright guys, my phone's at 10%, so we're going to stop and charge, but we're literally just a couple of houses down and my hands are freezing, so I'm gonna waste no more time and get to my house right now. Alright guys, we're pulling into my house driveway right now. Alright guys, so I'm actually heading to Walmart right now to get some gloves that I can use to touch my phone screen so that I can have gloves on both hands. So we're gonna come back and then we're gonna do the rest of this range test, but right now my scooter is just sitting in my house and it's not charging, so it's just hopefully stay at the same like 55% that I was when we got here. Alright guys, it is currently the next day. I got home really late from Walmart, and it got really cold. It was really dark, so we're continuing the range test, but we should still be at 60. Yep, alright, so we're still at 60. We're going to continue this. Right now, I think we went about 3 miles, but we're just going to keep going and see how much more range you can get out of this. Now, the only thing that sucks about this is that it actually snowed. Again, as you can tell. And I really, I thought it was gonna be warm today, but it obviously wasn't, but it's fine, I guess. But we're gonna get back on the move because I don't want my phone to die, and I actually got a lot more gear, so I'm not gonna be freezing this time. Now, I don't know what to do with this thing because it keeps rattling, but at the next intersection, I'm gonna see if I can get this thing to stop because it's actually gonna get really annoying. Alright, so we just got this thing back in cruise control, which is gonna be really nice. Because I don't want to be holding my phone and the throttle at the same time. Alright guys, we're just taking a quick stop. It is really cold out and my fingertips are starting to get cold again. But the glove I'm using to hold my phone actually has like holes in it for my fingers. But my fingers are still getting cold, so I'm just gonna take a quick break. And then after this, I'll just get some some good clips of riding. And hopefully this video doesn't end up being too long, because I don't want it to be like an hour long. Alright guys, so it's been like another mile of riding. I'm actually kind of surprised that we're not down to 40%. As you can tell, we're still down to we're probably getting down to 40, but it still shows we're on 60. So we gotta see how much riding it does, or we have to do until it hits 0. So it's just probably gonna be like another good hour. But obviously, I'm not gonna make the video an hour. It's just gonna be shortened. So alright guys, so I've been riding for another hour, and I really have not been losing that much battery. I think I just rode for like another 2 miles, but this thing is doing really good, and it's not losing much power either. I'm still able to hit like full speed. I will say though, this thing is holding up very well. I'm really like surprised at how good it's holding up right now for being in the cold like this. Alright guys, so I don't want to do this, but this video is taking like really long. And I think after tomorrow, so I think Tuesday, it's supposed to be extremely warm, or much warmer than it is now. So I'm gonna cut this video into 2 parts. I will keep this thing not charged, so I'm gonna leave it on whatever it is now. It's probably like 50%, and then you guys will see part 2 probably like Wednesday. Just because this video is like really long, and I don't want to make this really long, and it's also very cold out. But with a lot being said, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in part 2, which I'm going to be excited to film because it's gonna be warm out. But I will see you guys in part 2. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.